Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing multiplication of algebraic products as well as explaining exponents. So the first sum you see here is 3 times A times B. So there aren't any like terms and we're just multiplying out. So we're going to say 3 times A times B. We always put the numerical value first, so that's 3, and then we write it in alphabetical order, 3AB. Okay, let's look at another example. Number 2, let's say, for example, you had 5 times A times 2 times B. So you would look at your numerical values. And your numerical values here would be 5 times 2, and 5 times 2 is 10. So then you'd have 10, and then you'd have A times B, which is AB. Okay, now let's go on and look at another example. So if we had an example like 4AB times 2BC, right? So here we would start with 4 times 2, and 4 times 2 is 8. Then we'd look A, and is there another A? No, so we'd write A, B times B, so there are two B's here, so that would be B squared, and then C. Right, now let's go and look at number 4. Number 4, we're going to look here at what happens while we're looking at our signs. Basically, if I had 2x times negative 3x, I would then start by looking at my signs first. So a positive times a negative would give you a negative. 2 times 3 would give you 6. And then we have x times x. So there are two x's here, so that would give me x squared. Right, let's look at number 5. Number 5 we have, so here I'm basically going to be introducing your exponents here. If I have a squared times a cubed, for that matter. And we don't need to write it like this, but I'm going to expand first, especially if this is an introduction. So here we're going to have a times a, that is 2a's, that's the a squared, times, I'm just going to make that bigger, times, and then on this side I've got 3a's, a cubed, so that's going to be a times a times a. So if we looked at these a's, you will notice that this is 5a, so my answer is going to be a to the power of 5. Right, let's try another one. Let's say we have b squared times b to the power of 5 for that matter. So here we're going to have b times b, so there are two b's, times, and then here we'll have 5 b's, b times b times b times b times b. So if we counted all these, we'd have 7 b's altogether, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now what I want you to take note of, I think you can already pick it up now, if your bases are the same, so your base here is A and A. If your bases are the same, you will notice that 2 plus 3 would give me 5. So if your bases are the same, meaning that they're both A and A, you are allowed to add your exponents. Let's look at number 6. Number 6, your base here is 5, and your base here is B and B, and so you're going to add 2 plus 5, and 2 plus 5 is 7, so it's b to the power of 7. So the rule that you would apply in this case is, and you would come up with this rule, you would see this rule everywhere. Basically, when your bases are the same, you're allowed to add your exponents. And you would see this in a textbook. They would have this, not m, we would use maybe another letter like n. So a to the power m times a to the power of n, and you'd see that they'd have a to the power m plus n. Basically saying that if your bases are the same, they're both a and a, you're allowed to add your exponents. So let's test it. Now remember, you can't expand if the sum is something like this. So you need to apply the rule in this case. If I had a to the power of 10 times a to the power of 20, we can't expand. It'll be too long. So we need to now apply the rule. If I'm multiplying and my bases are the same, a and a, I can just go 10 plus 20 will give me 30, and I would just write 30. Okay, now we're going to go a little bit further and mix them all up. So if I had negative 5a squared b times 4a cubed b squared. Right, I would start with my signs first. I would say a negative times a positive would give me a negative. Then I would look at my numbers, the numerical values, and I would say 5 times 4 is 20. And if you wanted to, you can color code your letters. So this variable of A and A, I'm using yellow. And then I could color code the B's, those bases there, B and B. So what I would like to do, I want to emphasize that if it's B, you could put a 1 there, because it means that it's B to the power of 1. So there is 1B, because that sometimes can be a common mistake made. So A squared times A cubed is A to the power of 5. And this is a B times B squared, so altogether it will be B to the power of 3. Okay, I hope that helps. Let's try one more. Okay, let's say we have negative 4x squared y squared times negative 6 x to the power of 5 y to the power of 7 for that matter. Right, so maybe you can pause the video and just try and see if you get this one right. Okay, right, let's begin. A negative times a negative will give us a positive. 4 times 6 is 24. X to the power, how many x's do we have here? We have 3 here plus 5, and that would give us 8 altogether. And y to the power of 9. I hope this makes sense to you. And thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and watch my next video, which will be dealing with division.